Hello, this Hangout on Air is live. This taste challenge is live, and we are looking at Bacardi Gold versus Skol. Skol. Gold versus Skol. Bacardi was introduced in 1862. It's produced in Puerto Rico. These are both 80 proof. Bacardi is part of the Rums of Puerto Rico Trade Association. They have a really good website with interesting videos about rum production in Puerto Rico. So I would recommend Rums of Puerto Rico. Now, when Bacardi first started, it was in Cuba. But it left Cuba and went to Puerto Rico in the early 1960s. They already had a facility in Puerto Rico. They just moved everything over there. The famous Bacardi cap. Nick V says, evening. Evening to you, Nick. We're in the late afternoon here, or later afternoon. All right. Beautiful bottle, beautiful label, classic. Very light gold, very light gold. Heading towards straw, but not quite that light. Skol. Introduced in 1956. Imported Virgin Islands rum. Well, if it's imported, it's from the British Virgin Islands. You can see their label with the castle, the barrel, the fleur-de-lis, the crown, the two griffins. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Looks kind of nice. Imported by and bottled for J.A. Doherty Sons Company, Distillers, Owensboro, Kentucky. Well, Sazerac owns J.A. Doherty and Sons, okay? They bought that out. And I think they bought that from Barton or something. I don't know. Doherty's and Sons sold out about 100 years ago. The sons died and the family didn't want to run it. Doherty died, then his sons died. So Sazerac has a hold of it. But Sazerac produces it. They bottle it in Owensboro at the Old Glenmore plant, okay? Now look how much lighter this is. Whoops. Running into the camera. Can you see that? Straw versus gold. And I mean, it's very, very light, very pale. So pale, it's barely gold. Does it even qualify as gold rum? This nice alcohol legs. This would have to be the lightest gold rum possible to not be a silver or white rum. Is it aged? I guess minimally. Is it colored? I don't know. It might age it for a year, and maybe that's why that's so light. I just don't know. The Bacardi was $12.98, something like that for the bottle. And the Skol was $6.99 for the liter. So we got a 750 milliliter bottle of Bacardi versus a liter bottle of Skol. $12.99 versus $6.99. How do you like that? Alex the Beer Master. Good afternoon and evening, Ron. Good afternoon to you, Alex. Oh, I got to mix them up. I can't look. Okay, I'm going to have to close my eyes. I'm sorry, y'all, but if I glance at it for just a millisecond, I'll know which is which. No way I can look. Do I think it's going to be much of a challenge? No, because I think the Skol has such a unusual aroma, kind of a thin aroma. Bacardi has the rich, sugary aroma. I'm going to guess on aroma only. Appearance, you wouldn't have to guess. You'd know. Gold versus straw. Taste is Skol has a strong alcohol flavor, but it's a good flavor. It's an unusual flavor. It's unique. I've never tasted anything like it, of any sort of style of type of liquor. All right, that's the Skol. It's got that very, very, very light nose. You get some water in the nose even. You say, no, you're crazy. No, you do get the water. Here is sugary, sugar, light molasses, maybe vanilla oak. Nose is itching. Nectar, flowers, honeysuckle maybe, little wood, little light charcoal, all those things. I don't know how somebody could drink Bacardi and talk about how bad it is. You get wood here, not much char, wood, pine. Oh boy, oak. Get distilled product. It's like a neutral distilled thing in the water. So if you're looking for something really light and mellow and mild and easygoing, Skol might work for you. And plus, it's $6.99 for a liter where I found it. So, hey, that might really work for you, right? Taste, though. Such a watery flavor. Not flavor, mouthfeel. This I remember from the past. I don't have to close my eyes anymore. It's Skol. Obviously. Challenge over. It was over when I smelled it. Jeremy, what's up, Alex? SK reviewer says, water, you're crazy. Jeremy, I'm doing excellent, but unfortunately I have poison ivy. Oh, sorry, Alex. That's a miserable experience. You pick up wood, a lot of wood with the Skol, but it's like uncharred wood. It's just oak, light oak. I'd like to go to the British West Indies. I'd like to go to the American West Indies. I'd like to go to anybody's West Indies. British, Dutch, American, French, you know, the independent countries. But I just had the roof redone today. That was $5,000, almost $5,000. So I won't be going on any big trips. Okay. And I bought the truck last year. So we got some money to pay back. I didn't take out loans, but I want to build. We want to build back what we took out of the savings. Okay. Also a fairly watery mouthfeel. Not quite as watery as Skol. Lots of charred wood. A whole lot of it, actually. The sugary notes. The clean finish. Both of them have a very clean finish. Jeremy said, uh-oh, that's not fun. You got that right. Johnny Neely says, good evening, Ron. Good evening to you. It's afternoon here. It's hot. Yeah, summer arrived at the end of April, and it's staying. You say, well, it'll cool down again. It will around mid-October. Yeah. Got 5 straight months of heat. Pretty sure. As long as I don't have hurricanes, you know. Now, which one tastes better? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Bacardi Gold at all. You might ask me, well, what's the downside to it? What are the deficits? There are no deficits. It's basically perfect. The company's been around so long. They nailed it. They got it exactly the way they want it to be. You might say, well, it's too light for me. Well, that's fine because they make stronger rums and they make darker rums and thicker. So you could try the Myers's. That's dark, original dark rum. So but because you like darker don't mean the lighter is bad, you see? Johnny Tactical said, isn't Skol rot gut liquor? I'm not aware of that. Doesn't taste bad to me, though. Jeremy says, my boy has another baseball game today. Makeup game that I didn't know about until yesterday. So going to be another busy afternoon. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. I know about those busy afternoons. I got stuff going on this weekend with my child. So it's like, you don't get the rest. You don't get the rest. You might a little bit. I always appreciate when I get the rest. Thank God. Hello, Ron. I'll be enjoying some Frosty Pabst Blue Ribbons tonight. That sounds like a fabulous choice. Just got home, says Johnny Lee. About to drink MGD. I bought a 12-pack of bottles for, get this, $8.99. And it's got a July Best Buy date. Wow, that's incredible. I noticed Walmart dropped the price $1. It went down to $9.99. So I guess Miller Coors realized, yeah, it's not really selling too well at $10.99. We overpriced it. Let's drop it and see what happens. So it might take off, do better. I don't know. We'll see. Laugh out loud. It's the bottom shelf stuff at the club, says Johnny. Jeremy Vincent says, nice. Well, it was the bottom shelf stuff at the store. I bought it at International Market for $6.99 a liter. And they had it in a big, you know what they call it, an aisle and a stud stack, where they just stack the cases and you can pull them. It's inexpensive. Okay, it probably was always inexpensive. It's not a gourmet rum by any means. It's a budget brand. Okay, fine. However, it doesn't taste bad. In fact, it tastes really good. Now, it's unusual. It's a bit strange, but it's not like off-putting or like there's something wrong with it. It's just the way they wanted to make it. It's probably its character from the last 63 years. Now, it probably was higher proof in 1956 because back starting in the mid-'80s, everything started getting dropped from 90 and 86 down to not 80 to 80. So, hey, well, if it's rot gut liquor, I guess I like rot gut liquor, you know. Crystal Palace gin. Okay. Is it bum liquor, rot gut, hobo juice, whatever these pejoratives people use? It might be all those things. But still, Crystal Palace gin is very popular in Louisiana, and it's not really too bad. Now, if you bought a bottle, you wouldn't be sitting there drinking it thinking how erudite it is, how you wouldn't say, oh, it's got so many intricate qualities. No, you wouldn't say that. You might just say, well, it's okay. It's not terrible. The Clubhouse gin had even more character. That's another cheapo, but it had a lot of character and had a lemony note, like they add lemon lime to it. So some of these cheapos will have some interesting characteristics. Unfortunately, Skol is nowhere to be found in my area, says Johnny Lee. Bacardi Gold is everywhere, though. A great rum, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess I prefer the Bacardi Gold. It's a better product. It ought to be. It's a lot more expensive. It should be better. But I'm not going to sit on here on this video and talk about how garbage Skol is, because it isn't. Let me see something. Not bad. I was at Mathern's today, and I noticed they had the Captain Morgan White rum, 80 proof Captain Morgan White, in a big glass 1.75 liter bottle, you know, the big boy bottle. And it was discounted to $19.99. They're running a sale right now, $19.99. Well, I didn't know if that was a good deal or not. Walmart has the regular size bottle of Captain Morgan White rum for $10.99. $10.99 for Captain Morgan White rum, not the spiced. No, nothing like that. Just white rum. And I said, well, I don't know if that's a good deal. But now I'm seeing that you're going to pay about $26 for that 1.75 liter. And to get it for $19.99, that's a pretty decent discount, right? It's like 23% off. Kind of hard to pass that up, really, when you think about it. I think I might buy it. But you say, no, you have too much already. That is without question. There's no debate. I have way too much already. There's no argument. But on the other hand, it is $19.99, and I heard that Captain Morgan was a good rum, so I heard that. Used to be a Seagram's brand. It's Diageo now. They bought it when Diageo Seagram's collapsed. I wish they still sold it in glass bottles around here, though, only plastic. You only get plastic Bacardi Gold? Yikes, it's mostly glass here. Ross Barbish says, happy Friday, Ron. Happy Friday to you, Ross. Bacardi for the win. Now, I don't feel so bad for not being able to get Skol. What's the Skol, $9.99? No, you're going to feel bad because it was actually $6.99 for this big bottle. $6.99 for this 1 liter bottle. And it tastes pretty dang good. So there's a lot of sediment in it. I mean, it's an incredible amount of sediment, suspended sediment. All these chunks. But that's Sazerac for you. You get stuff from Sazerac, they got a lot of sediment. I guess they don't put too much emphasis on filtering. They like it to be raw, you know. Joe England, I'm more of a Scotch fan. I like Scotch a lot, and I have some in the cabinet that I want to open and taste challenge. They're blended. That's okay. I have the Chivas Regal, the standard one, 12-year age, and I have the Inverhouse Green Plaid, Inverhouse Green Plaid. Got a liter for $11.99. $11.99 for 1 liter. Chivas Regal, well, it was $33, $34. But you got 2 glasses with it. So I'm happy about that. Sediment, that's so strange for liquor, says Johnny Neely. It is, but it's there. I mean, the lighting here is pretty good right now. It's pretty, it's cloudy, but there's sunlight nonetheless. And the Bacardi, there's no sediment there, boy. That's as clear as anything. Bacardi. And the Skol, oh, you say, what is all that stuff floating around? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to know. But it's top to bottom. Grit from top to bottom. And you'll see that in a lot of Sazerac whiskeys and rum. Just go by them. You'll see. You'll see it. If you have good lighting, you can't miss it. So Bacardi wins, but Skol holds its own. Skol really battled in this taste challenge. This was not some joke. This was not some runaway, not some laugh riot. No. Would I recommend Skol? I sure would. Would I advise you to get ready for some unusual flavors? Yeah, it's a little different. It's not like Bacardi in that it's like perfect. You know what I mean? You say, well, what are the flaws with Skol? I don't even know what the flaws are. You know what I mean? I just know that it's strange. I can't. almost describe. I've never had any spirit that had sediment in it, at least nothing noticeable, says Johnny Neely. I would recommend go buy 10 High blended bourbon. You'll see sediment. Buy Skol. Oh, you can't get Skol. Me neither, says 47 straight. John Neely says, except the occasional fruit flies when I worked in a bar. Yai, yai, yai. Never seen that. Okay, well, so there we go. We're closing it out. So join us tomorrow morning. Join us tomorrow morning for Dawn Busters. Dawn Busters. Yeah, back to Canadian whiskey. More better. No, I don't know about better. More Canadian whiskey. What is it? I think tomorrow is the Seagram's VO Gold. Yeah, Seagram's VO Gold versus Heir to the Throne. But I guess nobody else in America or the world can get Heir to the Throne, which is a shame because I'm like making useless videos, I suppose. All right, thanks for watching this video production.